Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel again, TechMake Navneet. And from here onwards, we are starting our Microsoft Certified Azure AI Fundamental course, and we are starting from part 1. So I'm just going to describe basics of AI and ML in this part. And as I said earlier, I have curated this course in a way. So even if you are new to these terminologies, you will be able to catch and understand. And let's start. So kindly subscribe to my channel if you have not subscribed yet. Hit the like button if you are liking it. Please share with your friends, colleagues, and to all who can get benefited of these videos. And my channel is also containing some useful videos like 5 Microsoft certification at absolutely at no cost. You can get a 100% discount voucher. Whole process is described here in very detail. That includes AI 900, DP 900, and this one with what we are proceeding right now, AI 900, and here along with PL 900 and SC 900 also. You can check out, you can subscribe if you have not subscribed it, and in the down below you can see I have uploaded the full course material for DP 900 certification course, and this is also in very easy and simple terms. You will be able to catch, as I said earlier, even you are new to all new to IT, or you are just enthusiastic about this new age technology of cloud, Azure. Even if you are learning all these terms for very first time, you will able to catch and understand in detail. So please subscribe and share. Ask your friends to subscribe also. Let's start then to our actual course material for Azure AI Fundamentals course. So first term AI, what does it really mean? So if you check the meaning of AI in Oxford Dictionary, it says the theory and development of computer systems able to perform tasks that normally require human intelligence such as visual perception, speech recognition, decision making, and translation between language. So this is actual to the point correct explanation of AI. It is the theory and development of computer system which should have ability to perform tasks that require normally human intelligence. It's not just a normal to do thing like if you are clicking on send an email, then send email is getting sent. So not like that, but some human intelligence is also required. What kind of human intelligence? Such visual perception, like the program would be able to identify some object by looking into it, not by feeding by human. The speech recognition, the computer should be able to understand the human language, and it can suggest you in your decision making and the translation between the languages. So it is a very high level but to the point definition given by Oxford Dictionary. If I summarize this long statement in very simple terms, I can say incorporating human intelligence into machines. So in machines, if I am putting some human kind of intelligence, the way we think, the way we decide, our mind work, if we can feed some of the thing, that we can call it as a artificial intelligence. Even this word artificial and intelligence, so you can check, artificial means something not in natural. Intelligence something related to our mind, the way we think, we decide, and we act. So let's first talk about the general perception of artificial intelligence. So the general perception is that robot or computer in the movies that can teach itself a new task, and that's very common in science fiction. Take an example of Terminator. So of course it's an epic movie directed by James Cameron, acted by Arnold. So it came back in 1984, I guess. I might be wrong with the exact number, but at that time it was like some computer in future started to think, and they decided to end the human civilization, and some person can be the savior of humans. So they sent a robot in past to kill that in the childhood. The way I can remember, this was something. So it became very famous. It was a milestone, or you can say, uh, yeah, milestone. From there, these kind of movies get evaluated, and a new technologies arrived in the fiction. Like even we saw that one artificial intelligent computer program is there, like Jarvis, which was later turned into a kind of human. That was a vision. So all these started from there. So also it is called artificial general intelligence. This is artificial general intelligence, and I am talking about general perception. So my friends, this is all fictional work for entertainment, does not currently exist in real life. And I would say, of course, this is not a part of this course. You should unlearn this completely. If you think of 1% that artificial intelligence means any something like that Terminator movie or Jarvis or Vision or something. So if you check like why majority of people knows like that. So all it has started with a fictional novel called I, Robot by Isaac Asimov, if I'm not pronouncing the name incorrectly. So it was an fictional novel long back, which was first to predict the robots can act like that. Something can, these normal robots, one day it can have such much evaluation, it can think itself. And later a movie was there where Will Smith acted very well. But all of this, just keep this limit as entertainment. There is nothing to do with reality until as of now. Not sure about the future. So this is artificial general intelligence. Next we should think about narrow artificial intelligence. So what does it mean? So narrow artificial intelligence are the computer systems which use human intelligence but have a very strong limitation in what they can do. So a similar thing, a computer system which use human intelligence, but the limitation is very but very limited. It's the limitation is not going like they are thinking and making decision themselves, but what similar stuff. Example like Siri, Cortana, Alexa, Google Assistants. These all are the example of narrow AI. And what are the limitations? Like you can just ask, what is the weather today? Where is my next appointment? Call my brother. So now you think how artificial intelligence is working here. So what is the weather today? It's just a simple normal statement. The normal program can learn and can gather the information, and it can provide to you what is additional at this AI part. So try understanding in this way. You are asking what is the weather today. You are not saying in which part you are living right now. Now the computer program has the computer program need to have the ability to find your location based on your last data available, and what is the predicted weather for that day. It should gather information from some other source, and then it will give it to you. So it should not be like you are living in Australia and it is giving you the weather condition of USA. So it should first check where you are currently living. When is my next appointment? So if you have a very good artificial intelligence service, it should first understand what you are actually asking, and from there it should bring out the problem. So call my brother. Maybe how can some system, even if you give your phone to me and you are not writing it as my brother, then how would I will be able to understand who is your brother if I am not knowing you personally? So in this case, the AI model should be able to identify either with the name, or either with your pattern of calling, or from social media and all. So some extra intelligence required. So if I say someone, go find my brother, so what you will do? And you don't have this option to ask me back like who is my brother, so you will ask someone else. But computer program will ask to whom? So you may check my social media accounts if I have mentioned anything about my brother, or maybe you can check some other documents where it can be available. So the the artificial intelligence need to do something like that. So whatever it is doing, it's some intelligence part. So that is why I am giving these examples as a artificial intelligence. So let's have some more examples. So AI, so these are like very common, very easy, and very low level of examples, I would say. So this AI is like very vast right now. So some examples are given here. So now we are proceeding with the automated autopilot cars. So if car itself has to decide where the obstacle present, where the road is, and how much should be the speed and other stuff, and when it should stop in case some kind of a stoppage coming in the front. So it needs some AI, some intelligence in it. And however, these are in prototype right now, but maybe it's very high chance we will be seeing all such things on the roads. And even I'm saying it is in prototype, it's not like in the concept. Already some prototypes are made, those are being tested. We may have heard about the Tesla, they are working a lot on it. But until we don't have a real actual thing to buy, I won't say it's a real thing. And so next, like this example is the middle one is the temperature sensor. So this it is different from the traditional one. This kind of temperature sensor is pre-programmed to understand what is the cooling, what is the where the cooling should stop. And it's not like a fixed temperature range is given. It detects the number of humans present in this room, the humidity, and also it observe the human behavior. If people are started shivering, then even that, let's say some people are not having good ability to stay in like colder, if 20 degrees colder for him and he is started shivering or she is started shivering, so this device should understand whether it is a 20 degree centigrade, but for this particular person it's a colder. So let's rise the temperature. Then we have some example of Amazon Alexa. So like these advertisements are all across, like you can go and ask please play a song for me. It will automatically pick your words, it will recognize the keywords from there, the speech recognition it will do, and from there it will bring out that song from internet and it will play for you. Even you can ask to call someone and many other things. Not just it is limited to playing the songs, you can ask some questions to it the way you write on Google. So instead of googling it, you can ask Alexa and it will provide you the result. And one below example, I have taken this image from the Google. So what is happening, a person is speaking and whatever he is speaking is getting translated on the board, so that the person who is having some problem with their listening, or if they are not able to catch what actually he is doing with because of any issue or something. So this is also an artificial intelligence. The artificial intelligence, like if I am talking, while listening to me you can understand from the word or from the pronunciation, from the grammar. So the computer, if computer is having that ability, so it's an intelligence, it's not a normal programming. So if computer is actually able to understand what I am saying, and based on that if he is translating into the letters and the words in maybe in English or in any language, so it's actually an intelligence part. So again, it's a great example of artificial intelligence and it is being used everywhere. So let's assume if you have to type 100 pages, just think how much time it will take. And if you have this privilege, your voice will get converted into the text, then how much time it will take to read out those pages? 1 hour, 2 hour? And how much effort you will be saving there? So just think about in this way. So how useful it is for such person who need to type a lot. Maybe if you have written book on a, let's say, diary and papers, now to print it out, the publisher need to first type it out. So in that case, the someone need to spend a lot of effort and a time to just type, and maybe the percentage of correction is the percentage of incorrection is high. So again, that need to go through a proofreading multiple times. While reading it out, it will predict and it will give the text, and also you can add some features. If something wrong mentioned there, it can say like these are part need to be revisited. So these are the examples of AI, and one more like the chatbots. Those are being like a common nowadays. 1 year back, having a chatbot was a very big thing, but now Microsoft is providing a lot of services related to chatbots. You can create your own chatbot. You don't need to have like the coding knowledge and all. You can take Microsoft services provided to create chatbots. You can give some sample data, you can teach the model, and you can create a later part. We will be discussing it in detail. That is one of the thing of this course. So for the time, I'm just limiting it to an example only. Then this is all we talked about artificial intelligence. Next we will talk about machine learning. So my friends, always when you hear this word AI, always ML comes in baggage. Let's say AI ML, all the time you will be listening this. Sometimes if you ask people, they say, I think those are the same thing. Or maybe AI is just a simple abbreviation and AI ML is the complete word. So my friends, actually AI is a one thing, ML is a one thing. They are very similar, and there is a fine line which can differentiate between them. So let's go through the machine learning. I'll try to explain what is the fine line which differentiate between these two. However, if you say whatever something related to AI, if it is a part of ML in normal world, no one can tell you it's wrong. But actually, there are some differences. We'll describe that as well. But first, let's check what is machine learning. So, machine learning, my friends, is the study of computer algorithms that improve automatically through experience. So, I think you will be able to understand some part here which is different than AI. AI was the intelligence, the computer system with some human type of intelligence, while machine learning is computer algorithms that improve automatically through experience. So maybe you start with something, when it get the data, the prediction if it is making, then that get improved. On the very first time it is not making good prediction, but over the time, after getting a lot of data and experience and the similar kind of activities, repeating the similar kind of activities, if the performance is getting improved. And when we come to machine learning, these two terms are very important. VBI, unsupervised learning and supervised learning. So unsupervised learning are when your computer algorithm has the ability to find pattern in data without human help. So the algorithm is created in a way, so by looking the data, if itself is able to find the pattern which can be the breakpoints to make a decision, and instead if human level the data and give the guidance, that we call it as supervised learning. So whatever, here just one line I would add. So whatever machine learning you see all around being implemented, all are supervised learning. So unsupervised learning is moreover a concept. So example, if we give natural language processing. So I'll just give a quick example here, because again going through the detail of natural language processing is a part of this course. So what does it mean? So allow a machine to read and understand human language, machine translation, question answering, sentiment analysis, etc. So you allow a machine to read and understand human language. In the previous example also we said, like, some gentleman was speaking over the mic and the sentences was being written on the backside in a blackboard or a screen. So the machine has the ability to read and understand human language. And machine translation, maybe you are speaking in Hindi or maybe in let's say French, and you want it to get it translated into the English. So those kind of ability. Then question answering, we talked about the chatbots. Your customer are asking something, and the end users questions are getting answered automatically through the chatbot, not through an analyst or any human person. So those all comes under natural language processing, which is part of machine learning. Sentiment analysis. So what is sentiment analysis? So machine learning should be able to understand the sentiment of the statements, whether the person who is speaking is in angry, he is happy or something. So earlier, in the early versions of the chatbots, this was a very strange thing or very defectful thing. Like, if person is getting irritated, and if chatbot is just keep answering the same as per his algorithm, the person used to get more frustrated. Maybe he would stop using that service. So in such cases, sentiment analysis is equally important. The machine learning algorithm should be able to understand the sentiment also, like the people uh, who all are interacting with a chatbot. The machine learning must be able to understand he is angry, he is happy, he is in problem, or he needs some quick assistance and all. And the ability to use input from the sensors, images, audio, sonar, radar, etc. also comes under natural language processing, and it also covers things like facial recognition, speech recognition, and object recognition. So facial recognition, now I think all of us know, we are started having such phones, mobile phones. Just you have to put it in front of your face and the phones get unlocked. Similar stuff for laptops. So you just have to put your laptop, and it doesn't mean you first scanned your face without weird sunglasses and all, and later you are scanning your face with some transformations. So even in that case, it should be able to understand, and all this part comes under natural language processing, or maybe we can say machine learning. Better to categorize all this under machine learning. One of the example is natural language processing. So next we have ML model. So machine learning, we just learned what is machine learning. Now we are going to check ML model. So again, my friends, machine learning allows computers to use data to forecast the future without a specifically being programmed. So if I have to define machine learning in other way, especially machine learning, you will, whenever you hear the machine learning, the majority part is like forecasting the future, and that is being used. So I'll give you one more example just after this statement. You will understand what I am trying to point out. And a model is a program that can be used to recognize a pattern in data and used to predict future behavior. So machine learning allows computers in a high level statement, and the model is that particular program which is being used to recognize the pattern in the data, and that pattern in the data is the breakpoints that used to predict the future behaviors. If how it will actually work, will all cover those things in upcoming lessons. So quickly let me give a quick example. So Uber, let's take an example of Uber. So how this future predict happens. So when you open your Uber, it will ask you to give a location permission. From there, it take the data, it analyze and it detect your location. You need not to put your location manually. It automatically detect your current location, and it provides you options to either go to home or any frequent place based on your history and pattern. So let's say if I am using Uber daily from home to office, office to home, and some of the times I am also using it to visit airports. So when I open my Uber and if I am present at my home, there is a high chance I am opening the Uber to go my office, and there is a low chance I will be going to airport, but there are chances that I might be going at this two place, and also I have option to go anywhere. But Uber is suggesting me you can just click here directly instead of writing the whole address. You just click here, it will start checking the nearby drivers who all are also supposed to go in that direction. What would be your expected cost and all. So these kind of suggestions, it's also predicting, it is predicting that uh, you will be choosing the destination and how it get that information. So it's not reading your mind, it is just analyzing the data, the historical data you used. If you have if you have visited your office from the home, so it is find out that detection and the pattern in data. So this is the real meaning of pattern in data, and that from that pattern of data it is actually predicting. Next best example, YouTube, OTT platforms, they analyze the data and give recommendation as per your watch history. So if you are watching some kind of song, it will give recommendations to watch like that. So if you are watching my part 1 right now, it will give you recommendation to watch part 2, because that would be the ideal step. Similarly, from other OTT platforms, if you watch an action movie, it starts showing you the suggestions for other action movies similar to that. Also, a model can be used to recognize people, objects, landmarks using unseen images. So, we are just continuing with the discussion ML model. So, model can be used to recognize people, objects, landmarks, and of course using unseen images. So, let's take an example. What does it is? This monument is Taj Mahal. You know it is a Taj Mahal. But what if the person is coming from some other country who are not aware, but he know it is some famous monument. So instead of going searching on search engines, something with four minarets, a central building in a white color, having some water gateway in between. Instead, if there is a model, ML model, where you can put this image, and from the ML model, the way it was created, it can directly say it's a Taj Mahal. So even if it looks simple, I'll give another example. Now you have two images. So second image, what if what it is? If you know, I know it is easy, but what it is? Colored Taj Mahal? No, it's not colored Taj Mahal. It's another monument, and both are UNESCO World Heritage Site. And this is Humayun Tomb, which is supposed to be the inspiration of Taj Mahal. It was built and completed long before the foundation of the Taj Mahal. So here the actual stuff come. So if some people are there who know what is Taj Mahal, but they don't know what is Humayun Tomb. And if you show the image of Humayun tomb, maybe he can say, okay, it's maybe earlier it was colored in red, later they changed the color to white or something. So AI model will help here. It will predict and say using its algorithm, no, it's a different entity. Maybe it can give you the history, some available stuff on the internet and all. So It's about the monument, object, landmark. What about this one? So our intelligence say it's a dog, but I'm not a very dog lover person. Maybe you are, you can be, but will you be able to say what breed it is? Very difficult. At least if you are not aware. At least for people like me. So a model can be created where such data will be provided earlier, and it can tell by looking into it that it's a dog. Of course it's a dog, but of what breed. And still these are the simple example. What about this? You must have seen this thing in so many Hollywood movies. So is it like a graphics or something? No, it's a actual. It it is like the picture, the face of four former presidents are encrypted on a mountain. The size are very big. These are carved on the mountains. So the mount called Rushmore, I believe. So in details, we know Abraham Lincoln, George Washington. One of these gentlemen is Theodore Roosevelt, and another is Thomas Jefferson. But actually, I don't know. But a model can be able to identify by this face. So this is like this. This is representing George Washington. This image is representing Mr. Abraham Lincoln, and this can say who is the Theodore Roosevelt and who is the Thomas Jefferson, and where this whole monument is presented is like located. So AI model we can use in this way. Then how it work? Like how AI model can say what monument, what is this? So first we need to train the model using training data. So first of course we need to take n number of images of Taj Mahal, the zoomed one, the Taj Mahal from the top, from the side, from the other side of the other side of Yamuna bank. The Yamuna is the river which is on the bank it is located. So from there some other angles, some zoomed picture, or the picture of minarets or the central tomb or these gates or some this part. So in this creating some training data, we need to first train the model. Based on that, the model get trained, and then you need to evaluate. So maybe you are giving this part in a picture, this part in a picture, this part in a picture, a part of the whole picture, and now you are just giving this part. So whether it is behaving like it is giving the correct data, is it able to understand, is still the Taj Mahal? So you need to evaluate, and if you think it's started giving you accurate results, you can deploy it and you can use it for you can give it to use for your end users. So is it actually how it works? And on now coming to Microsoft, so we have Microsoft machine learning. There you will have a drag and drop. You need to create a complete flowchart kind of thing where you are actually training and evaluating your model. And in this part here, in this section, we are defining how machine learning adoption framework works. So first you need to define the strategy. What is your strategy to creating a model? Then you have to plan, ready, then adopt, manage, and of course in the last you need to govern. So we will go through all this thing in detail later part of this course. So for the time I'm just giving an overall introduction of just restricting myself to the definition and understanding and difference of AI and ML. So closing a statement, I would say AI where some human intelligence is required, like artificial car or your Alexa or Siri, which is answering you based on some intelligence. Machine learning is the algorithm who is trained with the data and predicting based on the pattern of the data. And from so this is like the fine line which is actually differentiating these two into two different entity. And from next video onwards we will be calling it as a AI/ML, because both are interrelated thing. Like you might be getting some questions like even on Siri, how Siri is working, so there should be some training data which created a model. So I would say yes, you are not wrong if you are thinking like that, but the difference again remains the same. There the work is happening over the intelligence, the that part. There the Alexa is thinking something, or maybe the Cortana, Microsoft Cortana, it is thinking. Like it's not thinking, but the behavior, you think some intelligence is there, while machine learning is just predicting you based on the data you gave. So this is that difference which I was able to identify, and there the same I am trying to explain. So here we will end this part 1. We just thought we just have gone through the AI ML basics introduction, the differentiation, and tried understanding both concepts with some examples. Thank you my friends. Kindly subscribe to my channel. We'll meet again with the part 2.